Hey yo, I'm back at another video, and today I want to talk about Neil Magny versus Carlos Prates, UFC Apex 100. This is the 100th edition of the UFC Apex, and they've got Carlos Prates versus Neil Magny, and some other fights in there as well. And before I start today's video, subscribe to my channel. I've got very few subscribers, and watch this video at 2x speed. And let's just get into this video, okay? I'll start from the prelims. Who's there? Okay, this first fight is cancelled. Melissa Dixon is fighting against Claudia Seculia. I have no idea. Trishon Gore is fighting against Antonio Trocoli. Let me just look at this Antonio Trocoli guy. What is his record? I have no idea. I need to find out what his record is. Antonio Trocoli. He's he lost his last fight against Shara Magomedov. Shara Magomedov is actually a good fighter compared to this guy. And Trishon Gore is still there. Trishon Gore, I know he was supposed to fight Bo Nickel, and his last fight was against Josh Frem. I have no idea who's going to win. I'm not going to waste any time. Cody Stemmen is going to fight against Demon Blackshear. He is also on a two-fight losing streak. He lost to Montel Jackson and Mario Bautista, so I don't really care who wins this one. Charles Redtech is going to fight against Matthew Schmelsberger. Smelsberger. None of them are really good, right? Elijah Zaleski is fighting against Jack Sorgen. The dude is undefeated. I hope he maintains his undefeated streak. He's 28 years old, 6'3". Okay, the dude has some. He's what current MMA streak is 15 wins. Basically, he's won 7 fights. Okay, I think this is going to be his UFC debut. He's going to fight against Elijah Zaleski, whatever that guy's name is. I don't know. I think this dude should win. I think he should win this fight. He's fighting Elijah Zaleski. I remember this guy. He lost to someone recently. Yeah, he lost to Randy Brown. So I think this guy should win. I think he should win. That I don't know. I'm gonna go with Jack Scroggin. Cortavius Romualdez versus Gaston Bolanos. And Carolina Kowalkiewicz is fighting against Dennis Gomez. Dennis Gomez. I don't know who's going to win. Uh, Mansour Abdul Malik is going to fight against Dusko Todorovic. I don't know who this guy is. Like most of the fighters in this fight card, I just don't know. I then genuinely do not know who these people are. That's the problem. He lost to Christian Leroy Duncan. Who did he win against? This guy is undefeated. He's a prospect, somewhat of a prospect, but this is going to be his probably UFC debut. So let's see how he performs in his UFC debut. So there's no point of really even predicting about this fight. Okay, I'm gonna start from this fight. Okay, Gerald Meerschaert is gonna fight against Reinier de Ridder. Reinier de Ridder, the Dutch Knight. I remember this dude, Reinier de Ridder. He lost a lot of his fights to a Russian fighter. That Russian fighter knocked the hell out of him. He was trying to grapple with the other fighter, and that fighter was probably a heavyweight, and this guy is perfect for middleweight. In UFC, he's not moving up to the light heavyweight division because he's going to get smoked. And let's be honest, he was a champion at one championship. The heavyweight and the light heavyweight and all of those division in heavyweight are really like in one championship. Anything above featherweight, anything above, I would say anything above bantamweight is not exactly the UFC caliber. Yeah, even the welterweight there is not really UFC caliber. But they're bantamweight fighters, they're featherweight fighters, they're pretty good. Like flyweights, bantamweights, those are really good. And I'm from Asia. Trust me, I know about it. We don't have that many people who can fight in the heavyweight division, so that's another thing. He lost to this Anatoly Malekin. So he's going to fight against Gerald Meerschaert. He can actually win against Gerald Meerschaert, but we have never seen him fight against any UFC caliber opponent, and he's a grappler predominantly. And it'll be interesting. He's 6'4", he's pretty big, he's pretty tall. I mean, for a middleweight, 6'4" is not exactly that tall, but he's like, I don't think he fights at light heavyweight. he's going to fight in middleweight. I'm fairly certain. In light heavyweight, he might do actually do well in light heavyweight, but then again, you've got guys like Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev and Jan Blachowicz. They can. I'm fairly certain if that guy from one championship can defend his takedowns, I'm fairly certain the UFC fighters will be able to defend his takedowns and his strips and whatever he was trying to do. Um, yeah, he's 36. Gerald Meerschaert is also 36. I think he's 34. Ridder, he's six. How tall is he? 6'1". Not really that much of a difference, but he lost to Craig Jones, of course. Andre Petroski lost to him. Joe Pfeiffer lost to him in grappling. Lost to Joe Pfeiffer by knockout. And he won against Bruno Silva. He won against Brian Barberina. Wait, why? And he won against Edmund Shabazian. That is not saying a lot about him. I genuinely don't know who's going to win. They're both kind of like mid-fighter. Uh, he's 34 years, and he's not exactly a prospect. Some people are calling him a prospect. The dude is 34. And once he moves to the, like, once he gets to the top 15, he's going to face a lot of trouble because there are some really good grapplers in the middleweight division right now. Hamzat Chimaev, Anthony Hernandez is pretty good. Even what was his name? Brandon Allen is pretty good. I just said Brian Callen. God's sake, I need. Uh, I'm gonna go with this dude. I'm gonna go with Gerald Meerschaert. Just out of fun, just because he's a UFC vet. Let's just put him some. Let's just give him some respect, in my opinion. Ricky Turcoy is going to fight against Bernardo Sopaz. Ricky Turcoy is, I think he's fighting at bantamweight. Yeah. Yes, he's 31 years old, 5'9". He's probably on a losing streak. He lost to Raul Rosas Jr. Round two, he got choked out in round two. He lost to Ayman Jahabi. He's the thing is he's really old. Otherwise, he's not exactly that bad of a fighter. And this guy is 24. He's very young, to be honest. He lost to Vinicius Oliveira. He won against Giovanni Vargas. He won against Julian Pierre Lopez. Who is Vinicius Oliveira? We need to find out that guy. Okay, he won against Ricky Simon, Bernardo Sopa, Victor. Okay. This fighter, he's not a bad fighter. Let's be honest. So I guess I'm gonna go with the younger fighter in what is his name? Bernardo Sopaz, the Lion King. He fights out of Sweden. Is it true? I think he fights out of Sweden. Yep, fighting out of Stockholm, Sweden. Swedish fighter is not really that tough. Let us be honest. Apart from Hamza Chimaev, then again, he's not exactly Swedish. Now the main event: Neil Magny is going to fight against Carlos Prates. Okay, in a normal situation, Carlos Prates should finish Neil Magny by round 2 or round 3. That is what the fight should be. That is what most of the people are predicting. But Neil Magny can be he's a really good gatekeeper. He can, if you defeat Neil Magny, you are going to fight somebody in the top 15. And Carlos Prates, he's a really good striker. By really good, I mean really, really good. The dude has like 4 knockouts this year or something. I think he has like 4 knockouts this year. Yeah, considering his win at Contender Series, then 3 fights in UFC. His last opponent was Li Jingliang. I watched that fight. He destroyed Li Jingliang for 5. I think it was like 2 rounds. I think in the 3rd round he won. The dude is a really good fighter here. Really good Muay Thai. Probably some of the crispiest Muay Thai in UFC. Alex Pereira has more power, but if you talk about Muay Thai, I think Carlos Prates is a better Muay Thai fighter. Like he throws knees and elbows, and the way he throws them, he's like really technical. The dude is not exact. He's 31, so he's in his prime. Maybe in the next 2-3 years, if he continues fighting, he affiliation is Vale Top Team, but he also trains with the Fighting Nerds with Caio Borralho and others. He has probably a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu. I'm not sure about it. In his first fight, that is in his fight in the Contender Series, he got taken down, but then he was able to get back up and he was able to defend the takedowns. He was able to defend the trips and everything. He was good grappling wise. He's not exactly the best grappler, but he was good grappling wise. And he's on a crazy winning streak, dude. Just look at him. I don't know, One Warrior Series. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's on a 12 fight winning streak. So, and none of the fighters that he fought were they're not really bad fighters. Jing Liang, good fighter. Charles Reteg, not a bad fighter. I don't know much about him, but he's fighting in this card as a Trevin Giles. He did knock out Trevin Giles. There was some bad. Uh, there was some bad, like that was a bad beatdown. He knocked him out cold. But he does get clipped. I don't think Neil Magny has the power to clip him like Kevin Giles and all of those fighters. Neil Magny is old, so he does not really. Speed wise, Carlos Prates is going to be like definitely 2 times faster than Neil Magny. Carlos Prates, if he follows the game plan that Ian Gary followed, then I think he can finish Neil Magny. As for Neil Magny is going to look for grappling and put Carlos Prates down on the ground and just lay on top of him for like 5 rounds and find a submission maybe in round 4 or round 5. That is what he's going to do, like he did against Mike Mellett. I hope Carlos Prates is smart enough to not get gassed out, because this is going to be his first 5 round fight in UFC. So it'll be interesting. And it's not like he knocks out his opponent in round 1. He knocks out most of his opponents in round 2. So he is someone who knows how to pace himself. He does not hit really hard. He does not hit. He does not go all out. He does not try to knock you out with each of his punches. It's just that he's very accurate and his shots are very on point. So I'm gonna go with Carlos Prates probably by a TKO in round 2. That is what he should do. But again, I won't be surprised if Neil Magny just lays on top of him and finds a way to win. That'll be really bad for the welterweight division if Neil Magny keeps defeating prospect. He keeps eating prospects for dinner. That'll be really bad. And yes, if you cannot defeat Neil Magny, there's no way you're going to be defeating somebody in the top 10 or top 5 of the welterweight division. So you should be finishing Neil Magny. Like in his last fight, Neil Magny's last fight, he got finished by Michael Morales. I think Michael Morales is probably ranked number 14 in UFC right now. He's a really good fighter. He's really young. He's 25. Yeah, he's a couple of years, like he's 1 year older than me, I believe. He's 17-0. The dude has 17 fight win streak. He had a win against Max Griffin, decision. Jake Matthews, again a good decision. Neil Magny, count and pound round. What is his ranking right now? Yeah, he's 10. Current pound for pound, he's 77, but current best, he's ranked number 10. But I think in the UFC actual ranking, he's probably ranked number 14 or something. I'm not exactly sure, but the dude is really good. He's six. I think he's probably 6'1". So if Carlos Prates is going to fight against someone like him, he better finish Neil Magny. He better finish Neil Magny. I'm not even kidding, dude. He should finish Neil Magny. Yeah, round 1, 439. So I think they might make a fight again. I don't think they're going to make Carlos Prates fight against Michael Morales, aka Spider-Man, but definitely I can see that happening in future, probably next year. I mean, of course, late next year, probably early 2026. But for now, I'm gonna pick Carlos Prates to win this fight by a TKO in round 2, or maybe a knockout in round 2. I guess that's it. That's my today's prediction. I could not predict most of the fights because I have no idea who the other fighters are. I should have probably just decided to do a prediction for only the main card. So yeah, I'm going to repeat my prediction. I have no idea about the rest of the card. I'm just going to pick Gerald Meerschaert because he's a UFC vet. I'm going to put him. Bernardo Chopaz because he's younger than Ricky Turquoise. And Neil Magny versus Carlos Prates. I'm going to pick Carlos Prates. I guess that's it. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, then drop a like and share this video to your friends and family. And subscribe to my channel. I've got very few subscribers. And peace out.